Okay.
Hi beauties, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to Alyssa Marie TV. I'm Alyssa Marie. Today we have an exciting video because I'm going to be showing you guys what you're going to be winning in my 200 subscribers milestone giveaway. Everything will be in this little bag, but you'll have to watch the video to find out what it is and how to enter. I'm also going to be showing you guys how I contour my Polish round face to look a little leaner, a little more sculpted, and my techniques that I use, because everyone uses different techniques, and mine's specifically more towards people with round faces or people who want to kind of lean out their faces, and people with smaller foreheads and maybe smaller noses. So if you're one of those people, or if you just want to try and see if you can pick up a new trick, stay tuned to watch this video. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so my eyebrows are on, I have moisturized. First thing I'm gonna do is go in with some primers. Right now I've been loving these two. I know this is the mini one, but this is how I discovered this primer. This is a Cover FX Mattifying Primer with anti-acne treatment. And so I'm gonna put this on my T-zone area. Especially since my T-zone area is the one that gets the oiliest, and it also break out the most there. I've been loving this primer. It keeps me matte and helps reduce breakout. For the rest of the face, we're gonna go in with Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For No Filter Mattifying Primer and Complexion Perfector. Okay, so now that we primed, this is a little step I've been doing lately. I've been using the Cosmetics Bye Bye Breakout, and I've been putting it on prior to foundation, and reason being is that this concealer is medicated. It also oxidizes a little. But because it's medicated, this is what's sitting on top of all my blemishes rather than clogging up those blemishes with unmedicated foundation. So I put it on first. That way the medicine is hitting that skin and kind of creating a barrier between the skin and foundation. And it does kind of oxidize a little, so I put a very thin layer on. When I blend this out, you're going to be able to see through it, and the only reason why I continue to use this is because it is medicated and it's creating that barrier. So I just blend it out with my finger. As you can see, it does cover up a little bit, but like I said, I'm just using it as that barrier. So next, I'm going to be using my foundation, and I'm going to be using the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Coverage Foundation, and this is a natural finish full coverage foundation, long wear, and it is lightweight, but I mix the two for 306 and 304, and in the winter, I'm more 302. And prior to filming this video for my original video giveaway filming, I used this one thinking that it was going to work, because when you go into store, you really have to squeeze a little out on your hand. I don't care what they tell you. These bottles are like the color shade. It's just like, this doesn't look like it's my tone, but inside is a completely different color. Like this right here, it looks like I can almost maybe, no, it looks really light. No, we're not even kidding. Anyway, basically what happened was I put on this foundation, realized it was way too light, and then ended up fixing it. So I think I'm gonna turn that original giveaway video into like how to turn like foundation that has gone horribly wrong right, so you don't have to redo your makeup. So stay tuned for that video. I'm just mixing 306 and 304 with my giant blender by Real Techniques. And I'm just dabbing that into the skin, bringing it down the neck as well. But the thing with this foundation is the texture and the weight of it, I live for. The full coverage, I'm here for it. The shade range, frickin' sucks. And I feel like no one talks about that, but they have 12 shades in all of that foundation, and so I have like 3 different shades that I mix and match whatever given time it is to make this foundation work. And it's like, why hasn't anyone said anything about this? Like, L'Oreal, you've been around for how long? Do better. Okay, so now I'm going to take a little more of 306 on the back of my hand and use my Morphe M439 brush and get a little more on that nose, because I feel like my nose always has the hardest time holding on to foundation. But like, look at how beautiful this foundation is on the skin. Just the shade range is awful. It's so awful. Okay, so now that we're done with foundation, we're gonna go into contouring and highlighting. Now, there are 2 contour sticks I like to use. I've always been a cream contour person, and then I set that cream contour with powder, but you can totally skip the cream contour stage if that kind of scares you and you're kind of not ready for that, and just go straight into powder contouring. Essentially, they're kind of the same steps, except to me, starting with that cream base adds more definition and creates a deeper, darker, hollowed out, shadowy look. And that's kind of what we want to do, especially if you have a round face, because that's going to help define different angles in your face. And there's so many different ways of contouring, and so you can just really manipulate your face in so many different ways when it comes to contouring. So what I like to do is I like to start off with my Fenty Amber shade, which is a little more ashy and slightly lighter than the other shade, and I'm just going to carry that down like that, and I kind of make it thick because this is going to blend out. And so then the next shade I use is Nars Leontyne, and honestly, I've had this for so long, they don't sell it anymore, which is a real dying shame. And I feel like Nars is one of those brands that constantly do it. So I'm just gonna put that directly in the middle. And then I'm gonna go alongside my nose, because I like to lean out and elongate my nose. And I actually just blend that in with my fingers. And I'm gonna go dots on my neck, because now I'm actually gonna go in with the third shade, because I'm crazy. With the shade from the Tartist Pro Glow with my Morphe E47. And I'm just gonna stick that right in the middle. Just a little. And then we're gonna go on that jaw. To me, you can't just contour the cheeks and let it be done, because then your face just doesn't look together. So when I contour the forehead, I like to just contour out these outer parts of my forehead. I don't have a big forehead, I just have a round forehead. So this is just kind of create the illusion that my head isn't as circular and kind of a little bit more defined. And then I personally also like to do a little on my temple. Now I'm going to blend this all out before I go in with my concealer. And notice how I didn't bring the contour all the way down. I just stuck inside the middle of where my cheeks hollowed out. And then I did keep the cream contour concentrated here, but when I blend, I concentrate that blend on the perimeter of my entire forehead and temple space. Okay, now we're gonna go in with some with some Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And this is in the shade Light. I'm going to take my Morphe blending brush and just blend that out. Now I like to start by setting up my concealer just how you guys just saw it, and then blend it out in the shape of a triangle, because you don't want to take a ton of concealer and then not have anywhere to blend it. And then I've fallen back in love with MAC Prep and Prime, and this used to be my go-to in the shade Radiant Rose. And I'm just going to, first I'm gonna get some product out, put it right underneath kind of that first initial line where we put the concealer, and this is just gonna help brighten. And for all my round face girls out there, try to keep this in a triangular form. Next, we're gonna take our N Degree 7, number 7, whatever, however you say this UK brand's name, in their Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. This is a drugstore brand and a little more higher priced drugstore brand, but I honestly am in love with this setting powder. And I'm just going to pat that in. And before we bake, you really want to make sure your first layer of powder is really pressed into the skin, because this is what's going to give you that smoothed out filter looking complexion. And I'm just going over places where I put concealer for right now. Now we have to set our contour. Okay, so there's 3 bronzing products that I like to use to set my contour. 2 are from Benefit Cosmetics and 1 is from Nars. The 2 from Benefit are Hoola Light and Hoola. And I love that they came out with Hoola Light, because if you only use Hoola Light and Hoola, it's kind of the same as using the Fenty Amber and then the shade from Tarte. You have your lighter shade and then you have your darker shade, and it blends out beautifully on the skin. And then the second one, this has been my ride or die for so many years, Nars in Laguna. But first I'm going to go in with Hoola Light. I'm going to use my Morphe M439, and I'm just going to go right along where we cream contoured. And this is just kind of our transition shade, as you will. Super light. You can't really tell, like, we haven't really, like, I mean, you can tell, you can see what's going on here, but we haven't really hit that contour just yet. This is just, we're just getting started. And I'm gonna bring it down along the neck. Get up in here in that hairline and by the temples. And then whatever's left on my brush, I like to connect the two, but really get up in that hairline. Again, up in that hairline, grab that temple, and then go back and forth with whatever's left on the brush and just kind of connect those areas we contoured everything. And then I like to take whatever's left on my brush and go alongside the sides of my nose. Now, some people like to take their concealer and conceal right there. I prefer contouring right there. I think it just really just, you know, just squeeze it on in. Just brings that nose tight and close together, making it longer and leaner. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe E47 brush and I'm gonna go in with Hoola, and then I'm gonna be extra and go in with Laguna. But this, we want to keep real close up and chiseled. So I don't like to go too far with this shade. And then in that outer jaw. Now for this shade, I won't do my whole entire jaw, whereas the other shade, I went all down and around. But I like to concentrate it on the back corner, making it look super, super defined. Whereas you see that it's kind of just like, kind of defined, super defined. And when you're doing this, be sure you're working underneath and you have your mirror angled slightly up so you can really see what you're doing, because you don't want to just be doing it like above the jawline. You really want to be underneath. And then slightly, you can have a few brush strokes hitting that. See how it's hitting like the face right here? But for the most part, I'm up and under my jawline. And then we're gonna go into the temples. And then this corner right here. Sometimes I like to go back with that original brush, not dipping it into any product, but just blending this out. This brush is amazing for contouring. It's kind of, the bristles start short and then go tall, so it really gets deep into those crevices where you want to contour. And then next on the cheeks, this is what's really going to get us going here. Morphe M437, and I'm just going to go like this into my Nars Laguna and just keep that all the way in the back. I'm gonna do this only on my cheeks and a little in between the forehead and the temple. Well, I guess in the temple, but not bringing it all the way up. Because like I said, I don't have a huge forehead already, so I don't want to make it look smaller than it already is. Okay, we're not done. So I am gonna go back and bake just a very little bit with some Ben Nye Luxury Powder in Banana. And And the reason why I go back with a different translucent powder, because this translucent powder is tinted, it'll help brighten up that under eye. I love this translucent powder for brightening up underneath, and I feel like the banana shade does better for me in the summer personally, but Kat Von D's brightening powder in the shade Petal, oh, yes, so good. And then a little on my chin, definitely not as much as underneath my eyes, and then on my forehead. And then we're gonna let this sit for a little. I don't like to let it sit for too long, but a minute. Usually I might do my eye makeup, but I'm not gonna do that on camera today. So we're just gonna let it sit. And then I like to use two brushes to wipe away the baking powder. I like to use my Morphe M436 Sigma, which is a dual fiber brush, and Sigma actually makes really good dual fiber brushes as well. So does MAC, but Sigma and Morphe are more affordable. And then I like to use my Real Techniques once I brush all this away and blend it all out to really get underneath closer to the lid, like right here. Go ahead and checking up on my brows awkward, to really smooth out everything. So I'm going to leave my under eye on the longest and just brush like this. Sweeping motions first. And then go in with that Real Techniques and really just smooth everything out. So I'm just going to go back over that nose contour because I felt like baking and everything kind of took away from it with a Morphe E17 and some Hoola. And just go over where. Next, we're going to give the skin a little sunlight glow. And I'm going to use Tarte Park Ave Princess with my Morphe R2 brush. And I'm just going to get my brush all in there. And I'm going to go slightly above where I contoured and slightly underneath. Whatever's left, I'm just going to press like that. And use it to kind of blend everything out. And I'm going to do the same thing on the side, but when you first move your brush into the product, the first place you put it is where the most amount of payoff is going to be. So I go slightly above my contour and right on my cheek, and then that's taking the most amount of product off, and then everywhere else is going to get kind of like the leftovers. Now I'm going to go in with some MAC Peaches blush, which is one of my favorite go-tos and perfect for summer to get that nice little sun-kissed glow. I'm going to go in with a Real Techniques brush, Expert Face Brush, and I'm just going to get the product on there. And I like to kind of soft smile and put it right on the apples of my cheeks. And then I will go like this with my nose because I feel like it helps add to do that sun-kissed glow, sun-kissed glow, and then a little with whatever is left on my brush on my chin, and then above the eyebrows, but I won't dip back in when I do my chin in above my eyebrows. I'll just use whatever's left. Using my Makeup Forever Eggshell highlight, I'm gonna go in with a Morphe M510, and I actually prefer this one over the Anastasia Beverly Hills. We're just going to get on that cheekbone. Just a nice, healthy summer glow, nothing too crazy. Now, if I wanted to get crazy, let's just say, I would take Lit and do something like this. And that is that. I'm gonna go finish my face and I'll be right back. I'm back, and it's time to reveal what's gonna be in this 200 subscriber giveaway. I did one when I hit 100 subscribers. It's just a small little thank you to give back to everyone that supports me. I appreciate every single one of you. I absolutely love making videos. I love playing with makeup. I love doing friends and family and beautiful brides and girls going to prom makeup, and I wouldn't keep doing this if it weren't for the encouragement from all of you. And yeah, so I felt like I just gave like a little mini Oscar speech. But anyway, so let's get to what you guys are really here for. So in the giveaway, you are going to be winning a handful of things, and they're all inside this little pouch, which you will also be winning. And I just thought this was so cute. It just says these are a few of my favorite things. It is the perfect size makeup bag. Well, if you like to throw in little knickknacks. I wouldn't say it's, you know, for traveling if you're gonna be beating up that face every day, but for day to day, put it in your school bag, put it in your office bag, put it in your car, throw in all your essentials. Perfect size bag. So you open it up, and I'm just gonna start pulling from the inside and show you, but I'm gonna save the best for last. So first thing we have is a tube of Man-Eater Voluptuous Tarte Mascara. Next thing we have, one of my favorite makeup sponges, is the Real Technique sponge. I also love the Morphe sponge. I was going to throw that in here, but I went to my local Ulta and they didn't have it, and so I was really sad. But I knew I wanted to throw in a makeup sponge, so I threw in my next favorite, which was, well, actually, I think, depending on what I'm doing, I like the Morphe and the Real Techniques for the same reason. You guys saw me use both today in today's video. Then we're getting some, you guys are getting Shiseido Pureness Oil Blotting papers, and there's 100 sheets, and it comes in a cute little carrying case. I love these because they're great for if you just take them and dab them on your forehead or wherever you get oily. It's going to soak up that oil without disturbing your makeup, so I think they're great oil blotting papers and good to throw in your purse. It comes in a cute little pouch. And so I had to add that in, especially for my girls out there that have an oily T-zone like me. Next we have 2 pairs of lashes. This lash I thought was cute little GNO type of lash, you know. Morphe Black 110s. Then we have our second pair of lashes, which are by Benefit Cosmetics, and this is the Debutante lash. This one I thought would be cute for flirty, you know, little date night, so I wanted to throw in a variety of lashes. Next we have one of my favorite Morphe single shadows, and this is in Hollywood Vixen. This one, along with, I believe my other second favorite, is called Brunch, and I love both of them, and the two of them together are also really nice. We have a liquid lipstick, Mega Lash Catsuit. This is one of my favorite drugstore liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Rebel Rose. I tried to choose a shade that would suit different skin tones and also be good for like an everyday kind of more natural shade. And then we have 3 Morphe brushes. This brush you saw me use today in the video. This is the Morphe 4339. Which is this guy right here. You're obviously getting the new one, still in the plastic. This is mine. I have like 3 of these. I love them. They're a fabulous foundation brush, and you can really choose the coverage depending on how you use it. Even if you're using, say, like a medium coverage foundation, if you really just press it into the skin, you can make that medium coverage a little more medium to full foundation, rather than if you want a little more sheer, you'll move it around, and this foundation is just fabulous. This foundation brush is just fabulous. Next brush we have is going to be the Morphe M439. I use this in a lot of my videos for transition shades and crease shades and blending out colors together. So I thought this was kind of also an essential. And then my next one, you guys see me use this, and then it's cousin brush a lot in all of my videos. This is the Morphe M432 brush, and this is great for getting in close to that lower lash line. Where's mine? Okay, so this is my brush, and this is the brush you're getting, and I like to use it to get in really tight to that lower lash line. And it's also really good if you like to smoke out your liner as well. You can also do that. And lastly, you'll be getting an Ulta gift card. It is for $25. I didn't want to do 200 because then that would mean when I hit 300, I'd have to do 300 and then 400 and then 500 and then so we're sticking to 25. So this is $25. I figure it's not a lot, but you're already getting a lot in the bag, and this will help go towards either products or off maybe a luxe product that you're looking to buy. This will help get you some cash money off, you know. So that is it for everything you're getting. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. To be entered in this giveaway, you must subscribe and enter down below your favorite foundation, because I am always looking for a good foundation. So let me know down below what your favorite foundation is, and make sure you're subscribed. I will be checking and I will be picking the winner at random. So also make sure your notifications are on, because I will comment on the winner. If you don't check too often, be sure to leave your Instagram down below then too, and I will slide into them DMs, girl or boy, or yeah. So make sure you leave all that down below to be entered. Give this video a thumbs up. So thanks for watching. Bye guys.